Mic check.
Pokemon Gold and Silver did a lot to push the Pokemon franchise forward. Keep going as
Alright, everybody, what's going on? We are doing part 6 of Control. Now, are we gonna meet up with my brother today? I don't know. But we're definitely gonna try, we're definitely gonna find out what else possibly going on in the FBC, I think it is.
Pokemon Gold and Silver are also the only characters mostly breakthroughs Pokemon versions.
So let's try to get this thing started.
Pokemon was a nice one. In the Japanese and Korean Pokemon Gold, Donphan versions the Earth Ring line. This was reversed in the Western releases of the game, with Donphan Silver and the Ursaring line being gold. The weirder part about Gold and Silver release, while the Korean version, this means that these two versions of Pokemon were switched and back twice. This was most likely
Hey, I have one ability point.
based on the Japanese version. Version, which was also
Probably add my melee damage.
Daewon in Korea, and all of the gym leaders.
Oh no, I wanted to do launch. That's what I wanted to do. So I can launch
types that
multiple
aren't represented
things.
in gym. Johto or Kanto, the dark type, and since Giovanni, who was
Because I'm doing a lot of
was
launches.
replaced by Blue for a green name. Meaning that up
Okay.
at this point, Dark was also the only type. It would feel like that for Pokemon Gold and Silver also introduced a new item called the Berserk Gene, which never appeared in the main Pokemon game type already. The Berserk Gene was a
Where is the containment?
would confuse the user but this might be a wood crowd, but could be abused with kind of would have been down to abilities like and could possibly be certain students. And it was mentioned. So it wasn't complete.
Diego, what's going on?
In Kanto, some towns
Jessie Faden, voice actress, is the same as Beth Wilder in Quantum Break. Both games are made by Remedy, and you always get control vibes while playing that game. I might have to check out Quantum Break. My buddy was telling me about it. My roommate was telling me about it. I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. Right now, I have to find Dylan in the containment area, and I'm not too sure exactly where containment is.
The existence of shiny Pokemon because of the Game Boy Color being, although you could still play Pokemon Go, there's a port that for the Korean version, being character with more memory and the extra power of color. This is yet another reason that the Korean version will silver is versions of Pokemon games. Gold and silver are the only Pokemon
What
games
key
that you can
cards do
create
I have?
directly indicate
Key card
a
5.
Pokemon red.
So I could
This can be
probably
done by
run around and explore a little bit, but I think I have everything here.
There are some glitches
So-
involved with this with some of the generation glitch Pokemon. When some of these glitch Pokemon are straight over to
We could go to maintenance. I know there's a couple doors over by maintenance that I didn't get.
Would be holding. Interesting because Pokemon divided. Most of the held items end up being the more notable able hold.
But I think it's over towards research, maybe?
Typically with paired Pokemon games, the name that comes first is to sell, but Gold and Silver combined are also
I'm not
the
too
third
sure
best
exactly
selling
where I
Pokemon
need to
for
go.
color. While their DS remakes on the DS are the 8th best, 12.7 million copies. The only games to have Gold and Silver, Pokemon Red and Blue, the number 2.
Because I haven't found... Oh,
So, and a lot of the tech we attributed to the bundled with the original game.
what
The
is
entire
over
Saskiot
there?
line, there's the Atline counterpart for the evolutionary line. The game and Venusaur line share very similar stats. The rest of them.
Maybe I need to go back
With
down
Flash
this
Base
way.
and Alligator lines, you have different stats. Their base stat tools are the same and the for every stat is the same. Applied to different exceptions.
You know what, I'm gonna go to maintenance.
Similar to the cancer, the Johto region is also which is adjacent.
Hold on.
The concept.
Hold on. How do I check my missions here?
Johto has
Oh, not that one.
does a great job of representing the region based off of part of the reason why
Right? Like, what it is it's
Lake
just...
was actually originally supposed to be found in gold and silver and featured. This was created for some time able to fly, which isn't typical for a. This was actually
Okay, I'm gonna do a couple of these side missions. So, I'm gonna help burn the trash around the furnace. So we're gonna go to the maintenance area.
Fortunately, can't share or show to
Where is the furnace?
Maybe in the future we'll be allowed to make it focusing on Pokemon Go. There's a lot of 2017 3DS Virtual Console had some changes from the
I don't want to go to the power plant.
represent the English version. Many move animations were altered to reduce the
I don't want to go here.
rapidly. Which
That's the
I know there are
quarry.
some weird or I try my best to include some of the more. It was a lot. Mostly on the
Right here's where I want to go.
probably most people watching you'll learn some facts. Actually,
Do a couple side missions. I've been going with the main missions, avoiding as many side missions as possible.
You want to see me continue this series.
And I figure if I do more exploring with the side missions, I might be able to find where I need to go. The one puzzle on here got me confused. Like, I had no clue how any of it worked, and I was just like, what? Okay, this way. Yes, furnace chamber.
That's a very iconic. Unplayable. NPCs. Freedom of. There are a lot of other NPCs. It'll take some. Case of already. You'll be discussing
Now,
characters
what
don't get
is
games that
considered
has sort of some
trash?
sort of these characters. First character I want to talk
My name
was
is
one of the
Dr.
characters.
Pierce, lead researcher
Characters
of
come.
the parakinesiology department. I've discovered
I've played a fair bit of Black for Bryson and videos. I don't really.
Darling refused to allocate me the budget or resources, so I'm taking matters into my own hands. Let this recording
They talk.
I need
Become
to convince
virtue. About. Kind
Furnace
of that. But I
and
really don't.
speak. You've been talking to me for some time now. Listen,
Most interesting part of what
did
is
you
that?
hear that? It's a
What is the
sentient
alter
force
ego of
capable of communicating.
I didn't know until
I checked, and there's
all
no
the characters
record
agree that
of ever installing this furnace.
it's
I believe it. Oh, sorry.
for the longest time. I thought you users
Yes, I can feed you.
Sabrina was actually more to some
I see.
another
I'll try to find some volunteers.
pretty big names. They done. The character's name's another.
What? It eats people? How am I supposed to give it people?
Player was good friends with. He's the person who created the book. We're tasked with helping. Maybe help him finish the be able to trick book one. This game. Next character also has a years ago in her name is Felicity.
Whoops.
Is called. She appears in all Generation 4. Though remained her name was later learned for Pokemon Fun. So once Pokemon Fun is the lottery checker. If you didn't want to
I guess it's not that.
But now that I think we don't even really get any.
Did Ati mean barrels full of hazardous biological
We
material?
have to go back with
Oh,
Breaking
yep.
environmental
Pokemon.
regulations on waste disposal, but
So
if
there's
that's what Ati
some other-
wants, then I'll get it done.
Please let me know in the comments. Moving along to Sun and Moon, one of my
Whoops.
favorite characters.
Here, take this guy.
He appears in the post game and looker to investigate.
Oh, god darn it.
Probably meaner and technical than Sun and Moon. Although I'm sure that he's full of. There's a few people who don't know that. You're in another. Here's the full. Once. Great in the battle. But how exactly does all the Lola with look? Story goes that about 10 years prior to meeting Anna,
Or
Pokemon
biological
was
waste.
actually been good. Mo forgot nearly everything about. I remember that.
I'm gonna end up waking up something really bad.
Luther suspects that Annabelle. Is one of the more.
And I have a hunch I'm not gonna like what I wake up.
Makes me appreciate Annabelle. One of the coolest teams. Her silver symbol team had Kinte on her, and her gold symbol team. If we ever see a return of the Holy Battle. Remember this a few times, but I'll say it again. Key players are evil. Where there are a few key teams who are very. Always forget the names of these three teams. Try to compare them to teams. For most of their names are Byrony, Celosia.
I don't know if that's biological
and yes,
waste or not.
Because in a recent video, I mentioned there were only 3 getting the 4th, and nobody didn't even notice to which show. These 4 characters. Games are all besides.
Okay, time to go downstairs, I guess, if I
easy to
can.
remember. All of these characters appear in the anime, or at least a little. the anime. We have to head all to Johto. First, we have Primo, the guy who was on the. We talk about. He's the grandson of the brother.
Ah,
who
there it
appears in
is.
all the- Two characters are pretty irrelevant to most of these one. Still very easy to predict. Having it pretty fleshed out. Great moon block. And we'll repeat it even though Primo's 8, in which almost cut this next character from the might be a little bit too. Here's window of it. Popular teams.
Okay, so I didn't wake anything up bad.
It's still one of the
Boy,
least
I was
popular
expecting
Pokemon
to.
games. If Pokemon fans games will see one of the best. Here from talking Mango appears active at the end.
Alright.
Pretty cool.
Now that that's
It reminds me a
done.
lot of Ryuki. I'm sure there's plenty of other. I want to give you. First, we have Boba, who's actually his own. He's just retarded in Reddit. He's known to be Boba. I include him since Boba is.
Hmm.
Boba appears in Harper. To warn himself. He probably didn't even know it. Actually, this character isn't. Evil team. He has crazy facial hair. Looks like a JoJo's character. Evil team.
Let's try the
With his signature move.
captivative
That's
audience.
cool.
I mean, trying to. Trying to get some of these done. Oh. Okay, so it's not in the maintenance lab. So I can get out of maintenance for now. Okay. I also have a thing to do over in parapsychology too.
There are a lot of interesting facts. Going to be looking at the weird facts, agents.
Trying to get some of these side missions done and then going to look for my brother and
this is just one of the few unofficial gyms existing. It is known as the Fighting Dojo, the Master Kochi and his Pokemon. The story goes the Fighting Dojo had been the official gym of. However, they lost the fight against the previous gym. Pokemon worked to decide which of the two will become.
is it this way?
The Karate Dojo
I think.
unfortunately lost a type advantage over. The type is fine. Pokemon. Whenever I play a game that this out of every Pokemon region, the Kanto region appears in the most amount of Pokemon. It appears in every single generation of Pokemon. While in Pokemon Gold, Dark Gold, and Soul, Kanto isn't the. It still exists in those 5 games. You can, although in a more condensed, more compared. The total amount of games appears in is, and if you count it's one. The first Kanto games featured trainer class handler who looked like this. Last name was changed. Gamer in it. It still looks very similar to the original style. In recent years, gambling records have been removed from Pokemon. Each town was named after just lab city with these 8 towns. In Cerulean City, there is a house on the west content. In every single over in Pokemon Red, Blue, Fire Red, and the trade of gigs for Yellow in the Let's Go games, who takes care of Pokemon. Melody will give you a Bulbasaur, which is most likely give me a Bulbasaur by a person. Pokemon pretty early on in his journey. Kanto is the only Pokemon region based off of being the Kansas Japan. Every other region based on a region such as, but the names do not match. They're based on it anymore, and the names are pretty different from what they are. The Silk Code and Saffron's Pokeballs for all region, most notably the map. However, they do also make TMs medicine that we have yet to see in any. This would imply that the Silk Code has some sort of the sole distributor of every Pokemon, each of which sell mostly goods produced by Cedar City. There's a museum which features Moonstone on the Let's Go game. What are the form of the Moonstone? Give a Kabuto. Cycling Road, one of the signs breaks the fourth wall. It says, don't throw the game, both walls if you get upset over now. Pokemon, you throw the game, just throw the balls. The city, right outside of the zoo. This zoo features some Pokemon, will also feature either Pluto, whichever fossil the player take all. Another interesting fact about the city is that it appears to be the first Pokemon. The first name is spelled incorrectly and is listed, including the team first name. Both of these City Reading. Acheron City only city is based off of Tokyo. Acheron City is close to each other. Vermilion City is the only city that can't where boats islands. 3 different boats come here in Vermilion.
Okay.
In the same harbor in Vermilion, there's a truck. The truck is sort of framed with a player, but can be seen if you to the essence. You get served, usually done. Pirate and Leaf, a little bit of a different, but there is still a truck to be found. Fortunately, there's no.
I see it. Another object of power.
This truck even reappears in that
Mesmerized by it.
right side of the dock. You see a Pokemon Pirate and Leaf. See, there's a show on Pokemon. Is the great to catch Pokemon. The
Okay.
show teaches you the basic Pokemon. This film also the twin brother only appears in Agent and Harvard. Even the Pokédude was never which like his twin brother's name, Maximo. Also on Route 1, before you have the Viridian Pokemon. He will give you a potion. However, in Pokemon Red and Blue, the Viridian say Pokemon potions. The word used to describe someone or something from the region is Ponian, as we learned with the gym all the way in Generation. This was never the official term for somebody from Kanto until Generation 7, meaning we went over 17 years before having a name to describe somebody from the region being Ponian. Outside of Japan, the Generation 1 Pokemon games never actually referenced the region as being Kanto. That means up until Gold and Silver, we never really officially knew that the regions Kanto in the game alone. However, in the Japanese version Generation, there was at least a reference to the region being named Kanto thanks to a town in your rivals. Some Pokemon fans assumed at the time Indigo because of the show where they leave forest. Luckily, thanks to the Pokemon anime, I'm the late 90s, a lot of Pokemon fans learned the true name of this region, and luckily, once we got the Fire Green remakes of the
Plane,
became a lot clearer that the region
disability, personal injury, corporeal entangling, cognitive collapse, loss
you
of
don't really
ego,
have to focus
partial
here.
to full dementia.
There's a large bridge on this.
I am.
For
Can
most
you acknowledge that your use of the astral conduit, aka
Reason
the
why-
X-ray light box, is purely
Should I-
voluntary? Yes, I do.
being tonight.
Perfect. Your suit is good.
There's a
Okay, you're all set. Open the door for
I
Mr.
suspected
Warren,
that if they
please.
named it would have something to do with the nearby. German Lavender Town is called Bondia. Bondia is the name in the owner.
New ability?
Especially close to each other. Also because
Uh-oh.
Marlboro City. Road Bundy. Those are just some weird facts. Your favorite. Also be sure to like and enjoy the game. Subscribe. Videos for my with all that. Very best thing. The fourth generation of Pokemon is my personal favorite generation, and the Sinnoh region as a whole is one of my. Today I'll be looking at some weird places that can exist in the region, most of which you never even have to visit or interact much with through normal. I'm going to be excluding any event-only areas since those events are gone by now. Just focus on places you can visit right now if you wanted to in your copy of Diamond and Pearl. But
Oh, no.
first up, we have the Pokemon.
I didn't
Mansion,
even
which is one of
notice
my
that dude
personal
popped
favorite
out of
areas in
seas.
Sinnoh. It's located on Route 212, and you'll know you're near when you see a bunch of security guards roaming active. The mansion is owned by Mr. Backlot, who brags about his trophy garden behind the mansion, which has some
So it
wild
says
Pokemon that aren't
UCs.
normally named in the region. It's said that Mr. Backlot imports these Pokemon and releases them to these gardens.
Oh, they're
But it really
immune
wants
to
everyone
my
to think that
attacks,
Pokemon are
not
just
other
drawn from
enemy
garden.
attacks.
Inside the mansion, though, there's Mr. Backlot's office, which has a special statue that's being guarded and you can't touch. And the rest of the mansion are just a few
Okay.
beds and a lot of maids throughout. There's maids on either side blocking off what looks like side exits, however they don't lead anywhere and they don't move. Now if we head towards Kanalabe City, there's a boat that's docked and I'll take you over to Island. I'm sure that most of the people watching this video went to Iron Island when they first played through Diamond Pearl Platinum, but you actually don't ever have to visit Iron Island at all. The main reason you'd want to go there is to meet Riley and battle some Team Galactic grunts and level up some of your Pokemon. Once you and Riley are finished, he will also give you an egg, which will eventually hatch to a building. If you're playing Platinum version, you can also come here to find Reggie. Reggie can get here. One of the first towns you'll visit through your journey in this region is Floroma Town. If you head towards the back of the town and through some trees, you'll find a house and a ledge with a lot of flowers on the other side. Head east, then across this bridge, you'll find some water to your left. You can surf there, all the water all the way to the end, and off. You'll be able to head down through this entrance, and you'll be on the other side of Floroma Town, on the other side of flowers. This would be Floroma Meadow, and there really isn't too much here aside from items like Leafstone. Although Floroma Meadow didn't have too many buildings or any people really, the next place is pretty much a town, except it doesn't have its name, and you can't fly directly here in Diamond. If you head west of Sunny Shore City, you'll find what looks like a town spanning across the Valor Lakefront in Route 200. You have to pass through this area in order to progress in the game. But you could just ignore most of this area and progress just fine throughout the I've always liked this area of Sinnoh, though. It has unique building design, a pool, and seems like the ideal vacation spot for the Sinnoh region. There's even a pseudo Pokemon
That
center
lets me
like
do the
buildings with the
season.
Hotel Grand Lake where you can heal your Pokemon. This area also features a restaurant known as Stars restaurant, which can be used to battle
That's
against some
gonna come
trainers
in
in double
handy.
battles to level up some. There's another side quest like thing you here with a woman who's missing their key, and if you find her key, you'll be able to enter her cottage.
Brains
And
were
down near
fried
Pearl,
when I
if you
took over
return the
the
key to her,
object.
she'll also give you a lava cookie, one of the very few ways you could obtain a lava cookie in the generation.
Well, it
One
sucks
of
to
the
be
cooler
them.
residents of this area, though, is the Game Freak director who lives in one of the buildings. It's a rather strange place for a Game Freak game since typically they can be found in their own separate building, other Game Freak employees' office, but
Nope,
instead this
not
side is
dealing with
found in its
that.
own certification hall. I always wonder why they didn't just make this area into a town, since it is a pretty convenient to fly to. Now, one of the more influential parts of Pokemon Down is for that they were the first main series Pokemon games to feature some sort of activity thanks to the yes. The official servers have since been shut down, unfortunately, but one feature that I remember using a lot online was the underground area. Once you get the
Maintenance.
Explorer's Kit item, you can just use it in just a to go to the underground version. Yeah. Down there, you can set up a phase,
Maybe
expand
here.
and even play some mini games after the flag
Because I have to
game.
go to central
The
maintenance.
strange thing about this place, though, is that when you're wandering through this area, you actually have to play on your bottom screen, close to the screen that the player usually appears on. We haven't had a place quite like this in the main series Pokemon games, and I really hope that some of the underground area returns to Pokemon games. Perhaps maybe a down remake
Yeah,
if
we'll
we
go
ever
here.
get one. Now for one of the more well-known
See if I can
places,
find
we
my
have
way
the
to central
chateau
maintenance.
located towards the end of the Eternal Forest. The old chateau is the Sinnoh region's token creepy area, with most regions have, such as the Pokemon Town and Mount Fire and Hoenn. Inside the old chateau, you'll find some wild ghost-type Pokemon, the Dreadplate, which is used for ghosts, some creepy characters like this girl.
Okay,
You'll hear
what
in the
way do
room
I have
farthest
to
to the
go?
right
This way.
if you're in the room next to her. You'll see her through the walls and you won't be able to move around when you see her. However, you'll notice that she'll just walk right out. Aside from that, the main appeal of this area is to catch a totem in order to play
Right.
Pokedex. This is the only place in down in the Pearl where you can catch one. And the final place I want to discuss is the Silesian Ruins, located right next to. This cave is reminiscent to the ruins of Alpha region, since this is where you can find the Pokemon Unknown. This is yet another link between the Sinnoh and Johto regions, further suggesting that these two regions are located near each other, with the most likely situation being Sinnoh located just north of Johto, or possibly just north of Johto and just north of Kanto, slightly in between the two. This opens up a whole can of worms with Pokemon geography, something that seems to be coming up a lot in my videos lately, and something that I should probably make a separate video about. But at the very least, the existence of the Silesian ruins gives us a better indication as to where the Pokemon regions are located geographically. Now, if you're playing Pokemon Platinum version, you can find a couple of the evolutionary stones here, as well as the HFP fod, which was moved here from Diamond and Pearl. If you manage to capture the entire unknown alphabet here, you'll be able to find the unknown question mark and unknown choice point as well in a different area. And those are just some of the weird places in Sinnoh, most of which you don't ever have to actually visit through normal. Much as I love the
How
Sinnoh
do
region,
I
there's a
get-
lot less weird places in it compared to some of the Hoenn region or Unova, both of which are regions I've made videos on in the description.
Oh,
Check
do
them
I have
out,
to go
which I highly recommend
down?
if you enjoyed this video. Now there
Into
are
the
quite a
power
few
plant?
other weird places in Sinnoh, like the Sea Break Path. However,
Maybe.
these places all require event-only items or event-only Pokemon, which can't easily be obtained anymore. Let me know in the comments down below which one of these weird places is your favorite, as well as any other weird places I could have missed in this video, or any other weird places from other regions that you happen to enjoy. Consider leaving a like as well. It keeps YouTube growing the channel, which is great, and consider subscribing so you don't miss any future Pokemon videos from my channel. With all that being said, I want to thank you all so much for watching. You guys have a great rest of your day.
Okay, fast
The Hoenn region
travel.
is home to a lot of weird places that you don't have to visit while playing through the game normally in order
Down here.
to champion, and a lot of these places you would have missed if you didn't go out of your way to find them. Hoenn seems to have the most places like Pokemon region. I've already made a video about these weird places in Hoenn, but that video had a lot of comments about even
Central
more weird
maintenance
places
this
that I
way.
didn't cover in
Yeah.
that first video, most of which I just personally forgot about. Today I'll be looking at even more weird places in the Hoenn region, and I want to thank all the people in the comments of the last video who pointed those these places
Nope.
out to me. The first place is the Shoal Cave, located north of Moss Deep City. I used to love this area as a kid and even had my own secret base around this area. Why?
Okay.
If you're playing Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire, this is also the place you need to go to in order to evolve your EV into Glaceon. One of the coolest parts about the Shoal Cave is the fact that the layout changes on the tide. Low tide allows you to explore certain areas that you could high tide and versa. The tide changes depending on the time of day, with one of the more useful items in the Shoal Cave being the shell bell, which you can
Oh,
get
you're
from
good,
the
Diego.
at the start of the cave if you give them certain time. I remember using this item a lot as a kid since it functions like a worse version of
I
leftovers.
appreciate you stopping
At the
by,
time, I only
definitely.
had access to one leftover, so if I wanted to use some good items, this was the next best thing. This is also the only place in all of the Hoenn games where you can catch Steel and Snorunt, and I remember specifically searching through this cave for a Snorunt as a kid. At the time, Ash in the anime had one, and I liked to catch whatever Pokemon I saw him using in the show. Overall, it's a fun little place to explore, and definitely one of my favorite caves in all of Pokemon. We covered these next few places in a recent video I made about the Reggie trio, so I'll keep this part brief, and you can watch the video about the Reggies if you want to learn more. The Steel Chamber is a mysterious underwater cave accessed west of Pacific and with braille writing on the walls.
Oh, me
If you
and
go
my
here and do the
potatoing.
steps needed to summon Reggie Trio, they will also appear across 3 smaller caves in the Hoenn region, all of which you don't have to visit at all through normal gameplay. I remember as a kid finding these empty caves and being really confused, since at first they seemed like they
I'm
were
not gonna
pointless
make it.
empty caves with strange writing on the wall. It turns out that all of these caves were needed for some legendary Pokemon, which really caught my interest. Now, if we head back towards Moss Deep City again, west of Moss Deep, you'll notice this small lone house on a island. This is the Treasure Hunter's house. It will give you evolutionary
Oh my
stones
gosh,
in
I'm not
exchange
gonna
for
make it.
colored shards, which can be found all across the region. They are occasionally held by Corsolas, which can be caught near Evergrande City. Evolutionary stones were harder to get in Ruby and Sapphire compared to some other games, especially Fire Red and Leaf Green. I remember trying to collect a lot of these shards to get these stones needed to evolve some of my Pokemon. The evolutionary stones
Oh
also
my
sell
gosh.
for a higher price than the shards, Ruby and Sapphire, making it a decent way to get money as well, since if you don't need the stone, you might as well just sell it. One of the earlier weird places in the Hoenn region is a house located north of Slateport. You are forced to pass by this house in order to get. There's also a rival battle nearby, but you never actually have to set foot inside
Learning
of it, and
the
it can
routine.
easily be missed as it just looks like a regular old house on a route. The house
Yeah,
features
my
a few
health
different puzzles for you to
upgrade
solve, as
is
well as some
I
training
think I
guides
got
along
max
the way
health
to train
upgrade
your team
right
up a
now.
bit. There's some items you
So
can get along
like
the way, such as a nugget, which can be high price.
I figured the
But the
best
items
way to
given
go
to
about
Omega
doing
and
all
Alpha
this is to
Sapphire
get
seem to be
as
better.
much
You can
health
get
as
the Expert
possible.
Bell, the Team Recruitment Taunt, as well as some Lunar Roulets, which made their way over from the Kalos region. Heading back into the water on Route 108, you will find the abandoned ship. This place was even featured in an episode of the anime and was changed in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire quite a bit
Okay,
to be the place where you catch Ho.
so I gotta do all this again.
Ruby and Sapphire, though, there's even less of a reason to visit these places. There's no legendary Pokemon to be found here. The most useful thing found here is the Team Price Beam. The ship also has a key item called the Scanner, which can be given to Captain Stern City in exchange for the Deep Sea Scale or the Deep Sea Tooth, which are used to Lampro.
Really?
There's even key item room keys in the ship to open up special rooms, and this weird glitchy trainer who just walks through a wall of valley. One place I saw a lot of comments about in the last video was a place known as the Scorched Lab, located south of Fort Tree. This is a cave that resembles the caves you would find one of the Reggies in, at least outside, except the interior is much bigger and wild Pokemon can be found here. Oras, you can catch Heatran here. It also has a different layout in Oras. But in Ruby and Sapphire, the most useful part of this area is near the TMA. The origin of this cave is said to be based off of a Japanese cave where it said that the Japanese sun goddess, Amaterasu, got herself inside of, according to Japanese mythology. This gives this small area a nice, unique story, but also seems like a missed opportunity to not include some sort of fire Pokemon exclusive to this cave, tie in with this story a bit more. Featured in the remake games makes sense because it does fit with that theme,
Oh,
but
come
it still feels
on.
like a missed opportunity in the original Ruby and Sapphire. Final place I want to discuss is another place I saw quite a few comments about.
Right at
and
the
it's been
end.
given the name Jigglypuff Island by fans. This is the only place where you can catch Jigglypuff in the. It is located north of Rustboro City and has an entrance leading to Meteor Falls. There's some useful hidden
I
items
think
along
this is
this
gonna
route,
take me
which
a minute
differ
because
depending on
of
which game
my
you're playing,
potatoing.
but the highlights include art scales found in all of the games, the TM
And you
performance
only have a
which
minute to
engage
run through it.
and the opportunity to get sunstones in Omega Ruby and Sapphire. would say that the main appeal to this
not that I know of.
Pokedex is the only reason you ever need the area in the first place. I know there are just some more weird places in the whole region, most of which are pretty easy to skip over, and none of which are required to visit in normal. Making 2 videos on this topic for the Hoenn region alone, it made me realize just how much exploration there is within the Hoenn region.
Like,
and
I
what a
just
more
got the
explorable
digital
region for
copy.
all of Hoenn. There isn't quite another region like this with this many weird spots in it, which definitely
gotta
made
be kidding me.
The Hoenn region more before. If you made it this far in the video, then consider leaving a like.
Failed.
Time. Subscribe to miss any future uploads, and check out my first video on this topic if you haven't already, which I will link in the description, as well as a video I made on the weird places in the region. If you know of any other weird places, other regions like below, since I do plan on making more videos like this. And with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you all next time.
Force failed. Try again, Ranger.
You stop the voice recording.
And that's funny. She's like, fuck you,
Recently, we
voice
took a look at
recording.
some of the weird places that are in the Hoenn region. Today, I will be looking at some of the weird places in the Unova region.
There has
The
to be a
interesting
way
part about the
around
Unova
this
region is it
easier.
spans between Pokemon as well as Black 2 and White 2, with the region having some differences between. For this video, though, I'll be using footage from the
Like,
Unova
going
region
through
in Black 2. Most of these places are places
Dashmore.
Starting in 5.
gameplay. In some places you probably wouldn't normally find while playing through the game normally unless you
I think what it is my
The first
potato
weird
aim
place
too.
in the
Like, I
region
have
is
really
known as
bad
the
aim.
Abyssal Ruins located east of Undella Town. If you surf for a little bit to the east, you'll come across this patch of water which will let you use dive. If you use dive, you'll be underwater in the Abyssal Ruins. To enter the structure at the bottom of the water, it will lead you through a maze with certain spots in the wall with some weird writing on it. Writing isn't readable, although it can be media, and it's just a bunch of random. You can find most of the plates for Arceus down here as well, and some various relic items like the pods, which can be sold for high prices. There's no special Pokemon here or anything like that. Just some weird random spot in Unova that you probably wouldn't
Ah,
notice
no!
unless you were looking for. One of the things I
And
really
falling
like
down
about
like
Pokemon
that,
Black
that
and
don't
White
help.
are the amount of legendary Pokemon obtained in the game. The Sinnoh Lake Trio, Help and Mesprit, can be found in the game after visiting the Cave of Being located on. After entering the cave for the first time, you will see Universe standing there.
Yeah,
saying,
not making it through
you
this
step
one.
forward, she will talk to you, and then the lake
I
trio
think
will just or scattering across the region for you to catch elsewhere. If you
I
explore
think
the
what I
cave,
do
you'll
is
notice
I
there really
panic
isn't
too much.
to it except for some puddles on 3 sides of the wall. Each of these
Because I
puddles
know
is
I only have a
related to
certain
the
amount of time,
Valor
so my
Sinnoh
hands
Berries,
tweak
which are the
and I
lakes where you will
panic.
find the Sinnoh Trio back in the. It is also said that the depths of these caves can lead all the way to Sinnoh, adding another link between the two regions and also suggesting that the Unova region
But
and the
yeah,
Sinnoh
like
region
the
could be
dash is
geographically
really good
related.
if I can
Ann's Castle
control
is
it.
one of the coolest places in Unova, located in what is
And
now
I'm really
Western
bad
Road.
at controlling the
The
dash.
castle itself is pretty run down, and after you visit it after being Elite Four, you'll be greeted by N. The most interesting room in the castle I can find is N's playroom, also known as just N's room, consisting of a half-court basketball court and even a rather large half-pipe. A lot of Pokemon regions have some sort of haunted building within them, like the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town in Kanto or the Old region. Unova's version of this is known as the Strange House. It is located east of Lentimas Town, although it's rather hidden away. After entering it, you will hear some ominous music and even notice that some of the furniture will start shaking. And there's a few rooms and staircases you can enter. Each one you enter
Come
causes
on,
the
quit
furniture to
slowing
move in different
down.
areas of the house, causing some of your pathways to be blocked off that previously weren't. There really isn't anything too special here, and there isn't really much of a reason to come here. One of the things I like about this strange house is
Oh,
you see
come
the
on.
background of the Solosis and Delusion card from the Class of Blast.
5 seconds remaining.
Both
Not
of
gonna
these
make it
Pokemon
again
can be found in
because
the
I
Strange
ran
House,
out of
although there's
juice.
the By 2 version. Floating in the middle of the water on Route 17, you'll notice another weird part of the region. If you follow the water currents correctly, you'll end up
Ran
on the
out of
island
juice.
to the laboratory.
Yeah,
This is
serious
where Team
skill.
Plasma's labs, where they do some unknown research.
And that's something I don't have a lot of. But I'm gonna keep trying because I want. Like, I don't know what this gives you, but like I need to be able to
So
get
in
through
order to
this.
evolve your P2, you would have to go and visit P2 first. On my way trying to find the P2 lab for this video, I
Oh,
also
you
managed
jerk.
to run into Crasher Lake, a gym leader from the Sinnoh region.
I wish there was
I
an
didn't know
autoing.
this would happen, and there's really no
Yeah.
reason
5
for it
seconds
to
remaining.
be there
Autobot.
since it doesn't do anything. I thought it was pretty cool nonetheless. Simple face and The final weird place in Unova I want to discuss is the Pledge Grove located north of Boston Town. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to access this area in my game since I didn't complete the Black Tower or White Tree Hollow for playing version.
Oh
There
my
really
god, why
isn't
didn't that
this
work?
area besides a giant rock that is image. This is known as the Cut Rock, and if you go there and bring your Keldy,
Oh my god.
your Keldy will pop out, examine the rock, try to remove
15 seconds
it,
remaining.
which can change it into.
Oh, now it worked.
Markings on this rock are said to have cycle down.
Oh, why are you not climbing it?
And those are some of the weird and more obscure places in the Unova region. Most of these are places you don't ever have to
Force
hack
failed. Try again.
story mode of Black and White 2 or Black and White 1 for that matter, and could even be missed yourself while you're playing through the game itself. Let me know in the comments
Are you
down below
kidding
any
me?
other weird places you know that weren't covered in this video, as well as any other weird places you
Like
might
the
want to cover in
the
this
aim assist
video.
is the
Video
one
and
thing
maybe
that I
subscribe
need.
so that
I have
podcast that
potato
helps
aim.
YouTube. Yeah, which is
Now,
great.
whenever I like play COD and
And
stuff, I
subscribe
don't
to any
use
other
aim
videos
assist,
from this
but
channel. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you all
I'm
next
good
time.
at hitting
And
moving
goodbye.
targets, but I'm not good at hitting non-moving targets, if that makes sense.
Ready, Ranger. Course starting in 5.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Pokemon evolution is a core part of Pokemon gameplay and a big part of Pokemon's identity. Well, most common types of Pokemon evolution come through basic level up and
Aim
skill
assist
evolution,
is on.
but there's
Why?
some more obscure ways that Pokemon evolve, and some of them are rather annoying to pull up. There's Inkay, for example, which evolves into Malamar at level 30. This sounds simple enough, but there's quite the catch. Once Inkay reaches level 30 or higher, you must turn your console upside down as well once level up. This wasn't much of a problem for the 3DS games since they were handheld, although I'm sure there's still a lot of people out there who couldn't figure out how to evolve it without looking online. On the Switch, however, you have to undock your system and turn your console upside
buddy.
down, making capturing footage of Inkay evolving
That's safe.
quite annoying. This is the only Pokemon to evolve by turning your console pretty easy. That wouldn't be one of my videos
Let's see
without
if that
this
works.
making a reference to Generation 3, so here it is. In order to evolve Feedbass by Loaded in Generation
Go.
3, you must have a few different first. This is also actually the Pokemon that inspired this entire video that a friend recommended to me days ago. Feedbass evolving Smilotic was the first Pokemon to have a super specific evolution requirement, which eventually turned into a
45
Tread
seconds
evolution in
remaining.
Generation 5, making it much simpler. In Generation 3, however, you have to evolve your Feedbass into a Milotic by increasing beauty stat. In other words, if your Feebas is too ugly, it won't evolve. You can increase Feebas's beauty stat by feeding it Pokeblock with a high sheen quality, and then by leveling up once to evolve Milotic. Remember as a kid, I was playing through Ruby version, and people were trying to complete their Pokedexes, and one of the Pokemon we fell into trouble with was Milotic and the Regis of
Run.
figure that out. But once one kid in my class figured out how to get Milotic, everybody was frankly trying as well. Another generation
Oh,
Pokemon
no.
evolution that's
I
tricky,
goofed up.
although it isn't technically an evolution, is
5
Ninja.
seconds
You
remaining.
level up in Cotton to level 20, it will evolve.
Oh,
to
why
Ninja,
didn't you
but
do
if
that?
You also have a free slot in your party and at least one Pokeball in your bag. You will also
Ah,
get
screw
Ninja
you,
to
dude.
appear as well. This is a rather rare instance of a Pokemon evolving into two different Pokemon, both of them at the same time being obtainable.
Yeah,
from
it has
the
one hit
three
kills.
evolution
I would,
Pokemon.
like, I think the
Switching
game
things
would be
over
way
to
too
Pokemon
easy
Go
with
of
that.
all things, we have
Way
Melmetal.
too
This
easy.
Pokemon evolves from Melton after collecting
2.
400 Melton candies within Pokemon Go.
And with
This
my
takes
potato
time to
aim,
collect,
I
but
think this
luckily
is the
can
most
manage to do so,
difficult
you can
part of the
transfer your
game.
Melmetal into Pokemon Go Pikachu Eevee, and pretty soon you should be able to do the same thing with Pokemon Sword and Shield. I want to give just a general reference to every trait evolution out there, since although they are one of the more common types of evolution, some of them can be rather annoying. They require you to, one, find a trade partner, something that can be difficult in older games, especially without the ability to find, and two, in some instances, require a rare item that you
Oh
usually
my
won't
gosh,
get
and I
without
fell
being in
down.
your game. You can give
Oh,
the
you're
Pokemon
kidding
while
me.
trading.
Why do you always
I remember
grab
having
onto
to
the wrong
trade with
thing, girl?
myself to get all these trade evolutions, borrowing my sister's Game Boy and using my copy of the World and the green version.
Oh my
Luckily,
god.
these got easier in newer generations. Some of my favorite trade evolutions though are Huntail and Gorgias.
Yeah,
both of
not
which
gonna make
evolve
it through
from
this one
Clear
either,
Pearl
because I
while
fell off
holding
the
a certain
freaking
item
edge.
untraded.
Oh, why?
C2
I need sticky shoes. Do they have sticky shoes?
One of the more specific trade evolutions, though, are Shelmet and Carablast. Shelmet evolves to a Celador, and Carablast evolves to a Cavalier when a Shelmet is traded for a Carablast. The lore behind this
Like,
is
if I
some
could
of
go
the
through
people
and
who
just
created
throw stuff,
Paragraph take it into
like,
shell,
that would be
which turned into
amazing,
scaffold
but
layer and used as armor.
I
It
kind
also
of
resulted in
boosted
Celeborn
my
having
health
low
over
defenses.
the
Next, when it
energy.
first came out, we got a brand new evolution in Sylveon. I wanted to get one in my game as good, but first I had to increase the friendship quality on my EV and have it.
But I'm learning the,
Course starting in 5,
I'm learning the
Friendship
course
evolutions
more
are
and more.
So annoying and take forever to do while playing the formula.
go.
It gets a little bit easier once you actually beat the game, since you'll have access to other items, resources, friendship, but while playing through the main game, it can be. There isn't a great way to accurately see the friendship level as well until beating the game, however, making it more of a guessing game as to your
45
Pokemon
seconds
will.
remaining.
It's pretty easy to accidentally lower Pokemon's friendship as well, which makes it annoying. There's also instances with
Wait,
Eevee
what
where it
skill?
evolves into Umbreon during the night, and
Levitating?
where if
Yeah,
you're
I don't
trying
have
to
that
beat
skill yet.
Sylveon, you could accidentally level it up and evolve Saskiot.
How do I get that
Just like
skill?
Sylveon and Malamar, yet another generation
Oh, no!
of Pokemon has a weird evolutionary requirement. In order to evolve Pancham into Pangoro, you must level up
So
Pancham
stupid.
to at least level 32, while also having Arctic Pokemon in your party. As for the reason behind this, I can't really find anything that specifically explains it, but I would assume as to something like that the Archetype would be at influence, causing it to evolve and gain the Archetyping.
Yeah, I don't even know where the levitation skill is.
Say how it can't
Again, Ranger.
now, even though it tries very hard to be intimidating, which it really is. Mantyke's evolution
If I had the
requirements is
levitating
somewhat
skill,
similar to
I would
Pancham,
be-
but a little bit more.
I'd be
To evolve
using
your
that
Mantyke
on
into
this,
Mantike,
like,
you
big
must
time.
level up Mantyke while having
Because
a
I
rem
think
rate
the
of
one
30.
part that's really
Because
screwing me
that
up
rem rate is often
is where I have to
too low,
run
as spins
across-
also that is-
Oh, that sucks.
Luckily, you still get to keep that rem rate anyway, which just evolves by level up to Artillery at level 5. Some of my favorite Pokemon are the various Hitmon forms, all of which evolve.
Oh my god,
Tyro.
potato aim.
It can be tricky to know exactly how to do it properly, since Tyro will evolve into one
I
of
shoulda hit that.
Hitmon's basic attacks. If Tyro attacks that is higher than it will evolve into Hitmonlee. Defense stat is higher than its attack stat, it evolves into Hitmonchan, and if its attack stat and defense stat are equal, it will evolve into Top.
Oh no.
Top would be the most annoying of the three to obtain. I can imagine people being confused back when Pokemon Go first came out when they tried to evolve their Tyro into their choice. Some Pokemon even evolve by having a certain move on them while leveling up. For example, if you want Tangela to evolve to Tangrowth, your Tangela must know power while leveling up. The same goes for Piloswine into Mamoswine and Yon. Leave a link in the description.
Oh, why do you grab the one thing that I'm not aiming at?
In most cases, the move isn't even that good and it's something you want to beat after actually evolving. Now, if you thought some of the evolutionary requirements for
Again, Ranger.
6 Pokemon were ridiculous, it gets much weirder with the 8th generation of Pokemon. None of which are more infamous than Alcremie.
For some reason, it always picks up the one thing I'm not
It has
aiming at.
64 different forms, each of which require specific suite and require your character to spin at different parts of the day. The form you have doesn't influence Gigantamax's form, which is one of the coolest Gigantamaxes in my opinion, which is a shame though.
Yeah,
some of its
the
forms
aim
are
don't
hard to
snap
beat.
onto
For
the
example, if
target.
you want this specific Alcremie with the purple ribbons, you must evolve your Milcery with a ribbon suite.
And I think
while
that's...
spinning
Oh my god.
counterclockwise for more than 10 seconds between the hours of 7 and 7.
The aim assist in
This
this
one of the
game
most
is
convoluted,
terrible.
but every single form requires you to spin
Now you
at
watch,
some
it'll
point.
snap on
The
every
design patterns are
enemy,
not influenced by this.
but it won't
Even though
snap
they
on
just care about
inanimate
competitive
objects.
battles. Toxel also has some evolutionary requirements for both of its forms. If you want the Ant form, you must level up to level 30 while
No, too far of an angle.
Adamant, naughty, docile, impudent, lax, hasty, jolly, naive.
So stupid.
rash,
I think I would have been
sassy,
able to
or
do it that
quirky
time if I
nature.
didn't
Want the low
go
key
too
form
far at
must
an
have
angle.
any ability besides the ones listed. There's no difference in terms of stats between the two, however, and it's just appearance and color. Lowering
Yeah,
the
it probably only works on the enemies.
What you need to do is get 3 critical hits in one battle.
And I don't
Then
like
evolve
how,
Surfetch
like,
to
she'll
try and
grab
evolve
onto
enough.
pretty
It
much
takes a few
everything
other
if you're
ways to
not,
use this, of course, but getting
like,
critical
doing
hits
the,
is rather rare,
dodge.
and in some cases- What I did personally is I used my Farfetch on the Blissey, which I knew would only have word stuff that damage me with.
Yeah, I think it
Under
only
focus
works on
energy and
enemies.
Leaf Blade, so I got hits and it worked. Now for one of the more specific and annoying evolutionary requirements, skill that we have the Larian Mask, evolving into Reunidus Sword Shield. In order to do this, you must have your
See,
Larian
if I
Mask
can
hit
get
at
there with,
least
like,
49
5 or
more
6
points of
seconds,
damage
I'd be
without
okay.
fainting. Things like hail and poison don't count for the Saskiot actual attack. Then take it to the Dusty Bowl part of the wild area. If you run out of this very specific stone formation, while having the glaring mask in your party that took the specific amount of damage, it will fall. And those are just some Pokemon with rather different or weird evolutionary requirements, some of which are a real pain to accomplish. Put it in the comments down below.
And every once in a while, like, she'll quit sprinting, and that bothers me
You guys
too.
made this far in the video. Subscribe so you don't miss any upload. Throughout the Pokemon world, there's a handful of weird, obscure places that you don't have to go through in order to gameplay. You can complete the games just fine without even knowing these places existed, or just randomly stumbling upon them to explore for a couple of minutes. Today we'll be talking about all of these weird places that can be found in the Generation Pokemon games. I didn't originally.
Oh my god, now I gotta wait for it to fill up.
Until I realized that every single place on this list exists in
5 seconds
the
remaining.
game, and all of them are in Pokemon Emerald version. The first place is Altering
Horsefeld.
Cave, located by the water north of Oldville Town of Outlaw 3.
recording.
You can find this.
See,
cave
I
in
think that's the
Briarwood
thing that
Cave
gets
as
me
well,
is I've
north
run
of
out
Six
of
Island. The layout
my,
of the cave is the exact same thing.
Starting in
Game's
5,
just
4,
yeah, like, my
the only
controller
Pokemon you
aim,
can encounter in them is Zubat.
it's a
They are
lot better
way
than
into
my,
any other place on the map, and for some reason it's
computer
still
aim,
an Emerald
that's for
version,
sure.
Despite being useless in Fire Red and Green and completely absent from Pokemon Sapphire.
so if
The
you,
real
if my
reason for this
potato,
game's
if I have
existence was
bad
to be a
potato
place
aim
to
with a
catch limited
freaking
time event
controller, you
Pokemon.
could only
Some of these
imagine
games had no
what
internet
it's like
connectivity
with,
for events like you could see in
computer.
your Pokemon game. That meant you would have had to obtain these events from places into a world where some other store hosting an event to download Pokemon. The event Pokemon that were intended to be introduced are some
Wrong
of the
one.
Generation 2 Pokemon that up until this were only obtainable through
No.
Pokemon Coliseum and XD Yellow Darkness. The music played
Oh.
in this cave is the same music played in Mount Moon, and there's even an unused text element that shows that this cave was supposed to be involved in events. Had these events happened, one of the Pokemon you could have obtained here would have been a Shuckle holding a berry juice. This is relevant because this would have been the only way to obtain a berry juice in Generation 3, making it an unobtainable item in Generation 3 without the Shuckle present. The Altering Cave didn't make it into Pokemon
Oh, come on!
as it wasn't
No!
Generation Pokemon anymore, which at the time were
So close,
one
so
of the Pokemon
close.
that was intended to be in the Altering Cave was Beardle, which luckily was still obtainable in Pokemon Emerald. It's in another cave this time called the Artisan Cave and located in the Battle Frontier. This is all in the post game, and even at that, you could still enjoy the entirety of the Pokemon Emerald.
And the bad thing is if I use a lot of dodge, it uses up my,
There isn't much special about this game other than Smeargle being the only
my ability to grab
making it the
things.
first time it was obtainable in a Generation 3 Pokemon game, besides Pokemon Coliseum, if that counts. These places are both rather small places, but how about an entire town? The Hoenn region has a town known as the Sipalog Town, which you never have
Oh
to
my
visit
gosh.
for any reason throughout regular gameplay. A couple of items can be found here that are pretty neat, such as the turn in every single Hoenn game, and the Kangaskhan item every now Sapphire, but nothing that requires you to go here for any standard gameplay. There is an NPC that will trade a Blossom for a Corsola in this town, despite being located in the wild. But in Emerald, this trade becomes forcing for Bagon, which is a better trade in my opinion. I'm guessing that the main reason why the Sipalog town exists is to be
Okay.
close to the Sky Pillar, where you would normally
It's
Plaza.
protecting itself.
Otherwise, people would have probably missed where you were able to find Rayquaza in this. As a kid, I remember not going there until one of my friends told me about Rayquaza, and even at that, I remember a lot of kids not knowing about the Sipalog.
Ow!
To get there. From the Sipalog, you can learn about another area that is rather pointless and not needed for regular gameplay.
Right? Oh my god, that was
You
like,
see a man looking out a window. If you talk to him, he will say if he can see Mirage Island or not, and most of the time he will not be able to see Mirage Island. It's very rare for this man to see Island, and if he does, you will be able to access Mirage Island, which is a very small island east of the Sipalog. There's really not much going on here at all, except for a couple of wild Wynauts, the only Pokemon that can be found on this island, and lychee berries, which can be found elsewhere in the Hoenn region. I remember frequently checking if Mirage Island appeared in my game, but unfortunately it never happened for me. I think this is one of the coolest areas in all of Pokemon, though, due to the fact that it very rarely appears and isn't accessible. When I was a kid, I played my copy of Pokemon Ruby 8.
that was like
until I
beyond
lost it,
insane.
and then I played Pokemon Emerald a ton when that came out a couple of years later. I spent a lot of time exploring the Hoenn region, breeding Pokemon, and trading up teams. I still remember when I first found the Berry Master's house while exploring.
Wait,
which is
how am I
another
supposed
area
to
of
use
the game
shield?
that you
How do
don't
I
need
use
to
shield?
visit. This is a rather large area surrounding it, as it goes
How
from
do I
about
use shield?
Wallville City all the way up until Mount Higher near Lilico. There's a lot of hidden items and trainers you can battle here. Will you access this area is part of why you don't
Okay,
really
thank
need
you.
to visit it, despite making up such a large part of the whole region. You can't enter it from the west side near Mauville at all, and instead you have to surf on Route 112.
Oh, you're kidding me. The shield only works in front of you.
To access the area. The Berry Master's house is very useful to get berries for battles, and offers a nice place to plant your berries. And those are just a few obscure areas in Generation 3 that you don't even need to visit
Oh.
throughout regular gameplay. Let me know if I missed
And
any
you
in the
can't
comments down
see.
below, and also let me know if you want to see me do a follow-up
I wonder
video
if you can
checking out
throw the
obscure
shield.
places in other regions. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like as it is fun and helps us grow, and subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads with notifications turned on to ensure that they aren't missed. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Oh no, go this way.
Ruby, first Pokemon game. Mark the first time that the main teams moved on. With this shift, there were a lot of changes done to Pokemon, among some other weird things. Today we'll be looking at some of the weird facts in Sap, most of which you probably. Did you know that Ruby and Sapphire?
Oh, hooray for bots.
Receive a pack.
I'll be getting rid of that bot here in a
This
sec.
might not. These games are patched all the time.
Yeah, he's watching video
Back in
on
2003,
Pokemon.
Ruby and Sapphire.
Oh, I'm listening to one.
Or he's listening to it.
As the Game Boy Advance, at the time it was released for new copies of games to
Sniper.
that required getting a brand new card patch and losing your save data. The way that Nintendo
Here,
circumvented
I'll gladly
this
take
and
control of you
distributed the
for a
patch
moment.
on existing copies of Ruby was by connecting your game with Fire Red, Deep Green, or Gold, and pressing C on the keyboard gate while connected. More things can be done with the GameCube, and this was done to any game clock that would break after a loss. This is one of my favorite facts about any Pokemon game. Out to games before it was easily downloadable by modern
Alright.
games.
Gather up some
Apparently, if you
health
download the patch, portion of that
and carry on.
myself, you'll also get a shiny Zigzagoon if you have a
Wait.
slot. Let's say you only had a copy
Oh.
of Ruby. You had no
Oh.
way to patch. You could have
Okay.
actually sent your game to Nintendo and patch it for you. If anybody actually did this before, please
Yeah.
let me know in the comment section
Okay.
below how
Woot.
this worked. They even
Area
ended up
cleared.
offering this service August of 2012. Well after it and even introduced for
How do I get out of here?
as we learned in my video about the weird fact, which I'll link in the Gold and Silver were the first, although they were distributed under Ruby, Sapphire, and even Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf, all the games, Pokemon games, ever officially released in South Korea though, but every main series game world released in South Korea. This is because the Game Boy Advance was never officially released.
Yeah,
in
I'm
South
trying to
Korea,
find the
by
exit
Nintendo
out of
South
here.
Korea and stemming
Like,
leading South
I'm
Korea
looking
to
for the
ban
door to
most
get out.
Japanese imports, including Nintendo
I
games.
came into one
while this
door,
would make
and
sense
that
if they
door
did
looks
ban
like
a
it's
lot,
shut now.
I think it is weird that we saw released an entire generation.
Oh,
in South
DTD.
Korea. Ichi Masuda stated, "All working. Consider changing
Alright.
the amount of Pokemon, the amount of moves each Pokemon, possibly increasing it. This has never
Whoops.
changed.
Oh,
back
wrong
in the
button.
Game though, it was
Um,
never officially revealed why they never kind of moves a Pokemon, or exactly how they would have managed
go this way.
these if they could do them. One reason
Avoid
that
all
really
these
the first Pokemon
guys.
games not have this in God, because it's possible to call at the time. With the move of Pokemon to the Game Boy Advance, well as many other changes to Pokemon,
Okay.
you couldn't transfer over
Fast
Pokemon
travel.
from. This was remedied when Pokemon, at least so far, readily was in GameCube Pokemon games. Over
I'm not waving
Pokemon
at you,
Ruby and
bitch.
Sapphire.
Why would
No,
I
you're
wave at
waving.
you?
I don't know.
Suck. Why
This
would
is
I
what
wave at
makes
you?
Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire one of the hardest,
Me and my potato eating.
the hardest Pokemon
You're
games to
saying
actually catch.
I have to go to the containment area through the elevator? I don't think I unlocked the containment area yet. Like, I don't even think I've been anywhere near that area yet.
Free in-game trade with City or to Fortree City, and Blossom for Ursula. Most of these trades really, for example, if you were to trade your Blossom for a Ursula in the town, you could just go east in the water and find a Ursula later. Blossom, Ruby and Sapphire have this weird unused sprite of some character. This character was from
I wonder
game
what
for
other
was
Oh, it's unlocked now?
Character, will they just this thing?
Focus followed
I
you.
remember seeing this character as
Okay,
a kid
so
who Pokemon.
let me,
walk around
oh,
this
wrong
weird
button.
yellow character that I thought at first was a Hariyama. Haven't seen any other placeholders. Pokemon
Wait, what's the
games.
home safe do?
Ruby and Sapphire were one of
Oh,
the
that's
few
the
Pokemon
shield.
games released
Okay.
after Pokemon Golden for to not have
Oh.
balls. What they did add other new Pokeball go around even
See, it's telling me to go to the communications department.
netball, dive ball, luxury ball. If you pre-order Pokemon, not either. These toys are pretty expensive according to eBay prices.
I'm not even worried about that. That's a mission that I'm not worried about. Let's carry on with the main thing.
I did get a bookmark as before the first time I heard about this game. The first time I ever saw something.
Yeah, I was looking at the... Oh, there it is. Containment. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I think that would have taken me a hot minute to figure out I had the containment area unlocked. Because it didn't even say containment area was unlocked. It just said he's in containment. So I figured I had to run around the whole building looking for it.
There's plenty of places opportunity. Furniture. You could even trade these extras. Much like how you would trade. This is most useful for patients exclusive to these versions. They can be traded over other copies of the obtained, which wasn't a very popular. Speaking of the e-reader, though, was a device that lets
sector, the Panopticon, is home
$30
to the
each.
altered items we find
this was kind
contained.
of
It is a maximum security prison.
is
It's
used
a
full
vault
sword
for the most valuable treasures on
you can
Earth.
scan some of the
It's a powder keg big enough to blow
Our
this
back.
world to dust.
two
A
battles.
temple, a place of worship filled
You
with
can obtain
idols
some
and
exclusive
angry
berries.
gods.
Those are just some
It's all
weird
of
facts,
these, and none of
most
them.
of which you probably did.
It's something more
Out of
profound.
all the weird facts videos I've done,
Unbelievable.
I think this one has pure and
Something
all.
worse.
So hopefully most people watch this.
Altered items.
What is
We
it?
found many.
Pokemon
They appear mundane, but
like this one.
nothing could be further from the truth.
Let's go.
Dangerous.
That's
They
right.
press heavy on our minds because of nature. They've been altered because we can't stop thinking
I will
about
see you.
them. We put them on altars because they're used to being worshipped. This keeps them calm. We contain them, but they don't want to be controlled. They are all powerful. They appear mundane, but like this one.
That's right.
Nothing could be further from the truth.
I will see you.
Dangerous. They press heavy on our minds because of nature. They've been altered because we can't stop thinking about them. We put them on altars because they're used to being worshipped. This keeps them calm. We contain them, but they don't want to be controlled. We
The main
started
series
getting
Pokemon games have a lot of weird facts, something that we focused a lot on last year, but there's also their fair share of useless or straight up unnecessary facts. Most of these you go your whole life without ever needing to know, and most of which you probably don't even know, even if you are a hardcore Pokemon fan. A lot of the
Oh,
facts
no.
in this video are ones that I didn't even know before,
Diego,
even after hitting
don't tell
a
me
lot
that.
of facts videos in the past. So shout out to all the people in my
Security,
community
I have to
who
go
helped me
to
come up with some of these
the
interesting facts,
Penultimate
and I'll make sure to
card.
link any other resources I use in the description below. Make sure you leave a like and support the channel, subscribe for more Pokemon videos so we can hit that 100,000 subscriber milestone, and now on to the useless facts. For the first fact, you can cut grass in some of the Pokemon games if you just use the cut HM in the grass. Kinda weird, not really useful.
Oh,
I
no.
guess you could technically use this if you don't have a repel, but at the same time, it's going to take so long to do it because unlike something like Surf, where you just go up to the water, press A, and hop onto your Pokemon like you can in some of the Generation 3 Pokemon games, with the grass, you have to actually go into your menu, select cut, and use it. Make it take a very, very long time if you want to mow down a whole route for some reason. Azrael can change gender when evolving. This one's kind of weird. It's some sort of oversight that has to do with how the gender ratio is calculated between Azrael and Meryl. The Hoenn-based games are the only games where your father's actually present, because in every other game, you never see your dad. In the 5th generation games, when you fly to a town, you're placed one step in front of the Pokemon Center's door, instead of being directly in front of the Pokemon Center like you are in every previous Pokemon game. Flygon, a beloved and strong Dragon-type Pokemon, has the same base attack stat as Trapinch, its base evolution form. From Pokemon Diamond and Pearl all the way up to Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, there is an Easter egg that is known as the Diamond Dust, which
What
looks
the
like
heck
this
did he blow
sparkling
up?
snow. It only appears on special days in each game, such as on January 12th in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum for Junichi Masuda's birthday, New Year's Eve in the 5th generation games, and on your own birthday in X and Y, to name a few. When Poliwag evolves into Poliwhirl, the swirl on its stomach gets flipped. Aggron has a surprisingly wide special moveset consisting of moves like Surf, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Flamethrower, and Solar Beam for some reason, despite only having 60 base special attack. Something about riding around in the water on Aggron just seems hilarious to me. Love Disc used to have white cheeks, but from Generation 5 onward, they were changed to be pink. Wailord being able to breed with Skitty is a pretty popular meme, but Wailord can also breed with Darumaka for some reason. Pokemon Yellow was the first main series Pokemon game that featured Game Boy Color support, except in the Japanese version. The Japanese version of Pokemon Yellow came out a month before the Game Boy Color released in Japan, so if you play your Japanese copy of Pokemon Yellow on a Game Boy Color, it will just have a yellow hue to it, much like how Red and Blue are having a red and blue hue, respectively. Speaking of color, every single town in Kanto is named after a color, and this is best displayed in Pokemon Yellow version, except for the Japanese version, of course, where each town's color matches the name. The shiny versions of Pokemon have been consistent from Generation 3 onward, but in Gold and Silver, for some reason, many shiny Pokemon, like Charizard, are noticeably different, and although this isn't technically a main series game, Pokemon Coliseum also has different shiny sprite Pokemon compared to the main series Generation 3 games. All Pokemon have their own official color category.
The keycard puzzle is the puzzle that really
For example, Bloom
messed
is
with
considered
me.
to be a blue Pokemon, although it's more purple if you ask me. While its evolution, Vileplume, is considered to be red, despite them both having a very similar color palette. Going back to Wailord, Wailord is known as the float whale Pokemon. Its mass implies that it's less dense than water and air, which could be why it can learn the move Bounce,
I
even
guess
though
I
it's a
gotta
whale.
go this
Fire is
way.
a normal type move that stores up power and then unleashes on your foe, but it can hit
I still
ghost
hear
types
that
in
thing
Generation 1.
screaming.
For some reason, it can also do it in Generation 4 too. Pokemon Sun and Moon were the first Pokemon games to see an official release in China. Aegislash is the
Do I
only
have to
Pokemon
go
to
through
have its stats
logistics
changed from
and
Sword and Shield from prior
security?
games, with its base stat being lowered from 520
Sector
to 500.
elevator,
In the Generation
okay.
2 games, if you use Headbutt on a tree in the daytime, a night Pokemon could pop
Does
out,
it
but it
matter
will be
which
asleep.
way I
In the
go?
Team Aqua Hideout in Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, there's a hidden
No.
text box in Shelly's room. If you
Oh,
talk to
no.
it, it'll describe a picture of a young Archie with a young Shelly and a Jirachi. Some abilities have
So
effects
many
outside
enemies.
of battle, with one of the most notable ones being how Flame Body can help
I'm
you
gonna
hack
take your
Edge
shield
faster.
away from
Now, I'm
you.
not sure if this works for every single game, but in Emerald version, though, if you have the
Ow!
Lightning Rod ability, it causes
Stop
you
it.
to get more calls on your Pokénav, which could be pretty annoying. The Hypercutter ability also has an extra feature where it lets you cut even more grass if you use Cut on the grass with a Pokemon that has Hypercutter. This
Be
is
my
a
friend, be
useless
my friend,
fact,
be my
well,
friend.
another useless fact, making it double useless, I guess. But at least if you really want to trim down a whole round, you can do it faster with Hypercutter. In the English versions of Pokemon X and Y, there's this train in the tunnel between Amber Town and Route 9 that speaks German. I guess this means that Germany canonically exists in the Pokemon world, which is kinda cool. Prior to battling Claire in Pokemon Gold and Silver, if you obtain a Dragon Fang item, Claire will accuse you of cheating. This is
Jerk.
because the only way you can get a Dragon
my
Fang in
friend.
this game is from her after you defeat her. However, you could technically obtain a legitimate one before fighting her if somebody trades you a Pokemon that is holding the Dragon Fang and then you take it off. The Psychic type move Future Sight hits every single Pokemon for neutral
my
damage,
friend.
regardless of weakness
No.
or resistance, and can even hit Dark type Pokemon. In the Generation
No.
3 Hoenn games, there's
Oh,
a trainer in the
no.
Road who has a Lantern that knows Earthquake. Lantern, a pretty cool Pokemon in my opinion, doesn't
Oh
hurt
my
Earthquake.
gosh,
There's
where
a
are
few
you at?
other instances of this in other Pokemon games too, where a Pokemon learns a move that it shouldn't, or perhaps learns a move at a lower level than it should, but typically that's reserved for more important trainers, so it's kind of weird to see it for some random NPC. Garchomp is commonly referenced to be able to fly in some Pokedex entries, but it's still
Oh my gosh,
can't
another
fly
guy?
despite being released all the way back in Generation 4. They had plenty of opportunities to get it fly, and
Come
they
here,
just
dude.
never did. From Generation
You're a jerk.
3 to 5, the
I
move
am not.
Extra Sensory does double damage to a Pokemon that used the move Minimize. This was later on changed, so it's unclear as to if this was intended or not, or if it was some sort of oversight. N's full name is Natural Harmonia Gropius. I have no idea what that means, but I know Harmonia is also.
I tell you what, I
Japanese
like
last
being able to
name.
take
The same
control of
move
some of these
Force in Pokemon
guys.
X and
That
Y has
makes
the same exact layer
running
as the
around a
Viridian Forest
lot
in Kanto. Rotom Fan has the
easier,
ability to
in a
levitate
sense.
despite being a flying type, which is already immune to the ground typing. I thought this was a pretty widely known thing, although some people commented
Where's
about
my
it,
brother?
so here it is.
I want my
Scyther
brother.
evolves into Caesar, and yet they both have the same exact base stat total. In the Generation 5 games, there's some scattered NPCs around the Unova region that
I
you
don't
can
wanna go
talk
to the
to in
medical
order
wing.
to add some more instruments to the background music.
But
In
I
Pokemon
think
X
I
and
have
Y, the
to.
Route 1 encounter is always a guaranteed
Because I
catch.
can't get through
In
there
Generation
yet.
1, Lickitung couldn't learn Lick, and Growlithe couldn't learn Growl. When you leave a Pokemon in the daycare, it can still learn moves while it's leveling up. It will just forget one of the 4 moves it already has. In Heart Gold and
Oh.
Soul Silver, though, a daycare Pokemon could even overwrite an HM move. Embor's Pokemon Black and White Dex entry says how it can throw a Fire Punch. Embor cannot learn Fire Punch in Pokemon Black and White. Shorts are comfy and easy to wear. Cryogonal can learn the move Attract. Cryogonal's gender is unknown, so it will fail every time you go for it. In Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, you can find some bike racks scattered around the Sinnoh region. If you interact with them, you are asked if you want to put your bike away like you normally would at any bike rack in real life. However, you don't put it in the actual bike rack though, you just put it in your bag like you normally would, which makes you wonder why they even bothered to add this feature. Maybe this will return in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl so we can do it again on the Switch. The trees in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green version of the Viridian Forest
Stop
like
it.
Buffman flexing,
No.
and now you can't unsee this. Not really a weird fact, but somebody commented about this, and now I can't unsee it either. The Ice typing is the only type with an equal number
Okay, so
of
I have to
physical
go through the
moves
medical
and
wing.
special moves. This will most likely change when we see more Pokemon games in the future, but it's kinda cool. In Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the Poochyena you find on Route 101 to learn the Sneak mechanic will have Ice Fang, Fire Fang, or Thunder Fang, depending on which starter you pick. A lot of things in Pokemon that are seen
Don't
as
you
random
dare close
chance,
on
such
me.
as Wurmple evolving into Silcoon or Cascoon, isn't truly completely random. This is because the calculations to determine how Wurmple
Switch
evolves
guns.
is based on a lot of factors like the personality value, which you can't see in game, and at that, the personality value takes into account
Can't
a
get
lot
in there
of
because I
other
don't
values
have
in the
key
game.
card
In
6 yet.
Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, there's a trainer in the Battle Tower with the shiny Espeon. This is one of the very few instances where a random trainer has a shiny Pokemon on their team.
Oh.
And as a kid, this taunted me since I really wanted that shiny Pokemon but didn't have any. If there was a Pokemon that had every single type at once, it would still have one weakness in only rock. While riding the cable car in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald up to Mount Chimney, there's a very small chance you'll see a hiker in the background climbing the mountain. And those are just some useless Pokemon facts that don't really help you in any way if you know them.
Oh my god.
There
Oh my
is
god.
a
Oh my god. Oh
lot
my god.
to
Whoa,
Pokemon,
whoa, whoa.
and these are just some little facts to know. I'm sure there's a lot more of these weird or useless facts out there that I didn't cover in this video, so let me know in the comments down below of any other cool or weird useless facts. With all that out of the way, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day. I will see you all next time, and
If you love Papa, you'll love Papacy Extra. You can
Oh my
the
god,
most
so
fun
many.
Twitch highlights from the Papacy Twitch channel, both of which will be linked in the description. Come watch some of the best Nuzlockers in the world with me. I'm the most epic gamer ever. So poggers, so come join me over at the Papacy channel and Papacy. I'll be waiting.
Okay.
the Sinnoh
Ow.
region was introduced to the world of Pokemon with the release of Diamond and
Oh.
We will be revisiting the Sinnoh region soon with the release of
Ah.
Arceus.
Oh my god, what is he using?
The Sinnoh region has a
Here's
lot
my-
of deep lore in store. And today we're going to talk about some of the weird or useless facts of the Sinnoh or maybe Hisui region. If you want to learn other things, however, like or just
Oh, I
about
missed.
anything else you can think of, that is where today's sponsor.
No, my
Skillshare
roommate's not
comes into
high.
play. Skillshare is an online learning community where you can learn new skills like how to edit videos and just about anything else you want to explore. I took a great class on Skillshare recently by MKB, a YouTube years now called YouTube Success Script Review and Edit, where I learned more about scripting, editing, and this helped me a lot with some of my recent videos, and even if you're a beginner on YouTube or
Sometimes we
just
wonder what the
starting
kind
a
of shit
YouTube
we
channel
come up
or even
with,
just
but
editing videos, this is a
yeah,
great experience
definitely
for you
not
to
high.
try on Skillshare as well. You can even try one of Skillshare's live classes, where you can experience real-time inspiration as you connect with teachers while watching and learning with other Skillshare members. If you want to check out Skillshare, then use my link in the description. The first 1,000 people who use that link will get a free 1-month trial of Skillshare so you can explore your creativity today. Kenichi Masuda has said that the name for Sinnoh denotes mysterious and could be a reference to the many myths and stories that lie within the Sinnoh region. One of these mysteries we have about Sinnoh especially relates to the origins of Hisui and why it was later renamed Sinnoh. This is the
So
only
what time
current
is it
known
there,
instance
Diego?
of a
Is it
region
like,
in Pokemon
is
being
it middle of the
renamed like
night?
this, and despite the fact that there is a huge library in the Sinnoh region that details some of its lore and myths, Hisui was never mentioned in the games and wasn't mentioned at all until very recently, and this will hopefully be cleared up more with the release of Pokemon Legends Arceus in January. It's also worth noting that Hisui comes from a Japanese word that translates to arcane, which is synonymous with mysterious, which also relates to Sinnoh.
Wait,
which
what do
is
you mean,
the
wait,
whole
I'll
word
thank you
mysterious.
later.
Sinnoh is said to be located north of Johto, Kanto, and Owen, hence the polar climate. All four of these regions were based off of different parts of Japan, with Sinnoh being based off of
Like,
the
what do you,
part
what do
of
you mean,
Japan,
wait?
Hokkaido,
Wait
as
for
well as
what?
even part of a small Russian island known as Sakhalin, I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, and another island known as Kunashir, which Japan and Russia have had disputes over which country actually owns land for many years now. The part of Sinnoh that is based off of these Russian islands is the battle zone. It seems that although Sinnoh isn't entirely based off of Russia, this is the closest thing we have as of now to a Russian-inspired region in Pokemon. In Platinum version, Jubilite City is the most populated
Where
city
the,
with a population of 124. Diamond and Pearl, however, the population of Jubilite is 7, making
So
it
I
the
have to
second
go
most populated city in those
here?
cities behind Hearthome City
Later?
with a population of 91. Hearthome is so big even and populated in Platinum version that the game can easily lag here, especially when you first exit a building. If you're curious about the entire population of Sinnoh, though, it's 704 in Diamond and Pearl, and then 755.
Oh wait, that goes to the
There is
south.
an unused map location.
What area are you talking about? The area over
That
here?
suggests that there were once plans to have gym in Jubilife City at
Right
this
here?
point. It's
Is this
unknown
the
if
area
the
you're
area
talking
was
about?
moved to or when it was scrapped in development, since it's unusual for a highly populated city like Jubilife City
Okay,
to not
so,
have
like, this area
the
here
Sinnoh
is the
region is
area.
known for its energy production and natural resources, which are detailed by the Oreburg mine, which exports energy across the region. The vents found around Oreburg are to provide ventilation for these mines, and the name Oreburg could be referenced
Okay.
to Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania, which is known for its steel mines. Some other sources of energy in Sinnoh come from the Valley Windworks near Floral and the solar panels in Sun City. This is quite the contrast to a region like Galler, which relies on unstable Dynamax power to provide energy to the region. I think it's interesting how we are revisiting Sinnoh in the same generation as Galler, and both of these regions have some sort of focus on energy production resources. In Pokemon Ranger, you can obtain a Manaphy egg that can be transferred into Diamond and Pearl. When you try to transfer the egg from Ranger, Professor Hastings will say that you are sending it somewhere far away, suggesting that the Theor region in Pokemon Ranger is very far away
Okay,
from the Sinnoh
okay.
egg. This not only complicates Pokemon geography a bit, and also begs the question of how did a Manaphy egg even get to Theor when Manaphy is a Sinnoh Pokemon? In English, Sinnoh has 6 letters, while every other region up until now, including Hisui, only has 5 letters. According to Pokemon mythology, Sinnoh was the very first region created by Arceus after it had created.
I'm normally pretty good at doing the small little puzzles here.
Created the Lake Trio, known as Pokemon making Arceus the master of 2
Oh,
different
no, you're good.
trios and the only Pokemon
You don't have to apologize.
This
Like, this
also
is,
Arceus
like,
invented Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. That would have explained a bit more.
I don't mind a little bit of backseat gaming as long as there's no spoilers in the backseat gaming whenever it's my first time playing it.
This will then summon an Arceus, which you can catch. In a later interview with Junichi
Archives,
Masuda, he said that the event was scrapped because they thought it might be too confusing for players to use, so instead they just distributed Arceus through a regular Wi-Fi event. Generation 4 had a few other events like this, though, that would require some sort of side mission.
I'm Jessie,
Actually,
the new director.
so I don't know why they decided
need
to
to get
scrap this
inside.
Arceus event, and then have other events that were pretty similar, but weren't deemed to.
Well, okay. Hello, I'm
Celestia
Frederick
Town
Langston,
is
the
known
Van
for being the
Opera
home of
Project.
Cynthia's
It's
stand,
not the
especially
best
her
time for a
mother,
tour. We have
but it's
guests
also the
everywhere,
home to the
numerous
Kalos Elite
sub-regions,
Four
and
members
system
as
failures
Ms.
across the
Grant
board, but
too. This is
My
the
voice
only
is
casino I
echoing.
know that
Here we
doesn't
go.
have television in it. In the gate to
Founded by
enter
Zachariah
Honolulu City,
French,
there is a
the
guard who
Van
says,
Opera
"Boy,
is a
my
state-of-the-art
thirsty,"
repository
which is a
for
throwback to the
all the
thirsty
items,
generation one
power,
cards who
and
only
I was
let you
told Dylan
pass by
Fagan
if
was
you
kept
gave them
on
a drink.
Yeah, I'm not
Top
too
of the
sure
front
why
is
it's
the
echoing. I'll
Yellow
have to
Card,
try to
which is
figure that
famous
out.
Fleet Bird. Just thought that sounded pretty funny,
Darling
and
wanted him somewhere
even
secure and
because
isolated away
Fleet
from
would refer
He's in
to
the maximum security
from
zone
in and out
level.
of the city. Then a
But
lot
there's
of German
currently
cities
a,
have Berg at the
pressing
end of it,
matter
which is a
here.
reference
He's got an
to
object of power
Wolves
loose
in
in
Germany.
there.
The geography of
wrecking me.
Sinnoh
It's
resembles the
back off me.
geography of
It's,
Kanto
it's a real
in a
doozy.
few surprising ways.
Salvador
First,
could
Kanto and
maybe
Johto
handle
are
it, but no one's
split by
heard
a
them
large
for
mountain known as Mount
This is a
Silver,
category
with
5
each
OOP
region
we're
having
talking
noticeable
about. If we don't
differences,
contain it
while
soon, we
Sinnoh
will
is
tear the
separated by
panel
Mount
apart.
Coronet,
And we don't
with
want all
the
those
east
items
and west
getting
side
loose.
How
having
bad
different
is it echoing,
characteristics
Diego?
as well, like different yellow stores.
Dylan's in
The
there.
western half of Sinnoh also has more
Open the
unique
door, Langston.
landscapes with areas
I'll
like
handle it.
York City,
If you
Honolulu
say so.
City, and Jubilife City,
I
while the
usually tell
eastern half of
first-timers not to
Sinnoh is
touch
more
anything, so,
developed with bigger cities like
let's do
Arkham
that.
City, Veilstone
Here,
City,
I'll get
and
it over
bigger
for you.
buildings like the Lighthouse,
And
Great
please,
Marsh, and department
Call me
stores.
Fred.
This also results in
Thanks,
Sinnoh
Langston.
having a very diverse climate, especially compared to other regions like Morrowind region, which is mostly a warm and
Dylan's
climate.
close.
One of the more
But that
peculiar
object of power
aspects
might
of
wreck this
Sinnoh
place before I find
is
it.
the distortion war. I really wonder if we'll see this area in
Ooh,
Moon
save
Saturday
point.
Shining or perhaps this area is
Okay.
the exclusive platinum version and focuses on the legendary Pokemon Giratina. Pokemon lore, it's theorized that Giratina created this world as a balanced
Oh, wow.
real world. I still feel like there's a lot more they can do with it. Maybe they will expand upon it in the future because although it was pretty cool in Platinum, it was pretty barren and kind of pointless. Those are just some
that would
weird
be
facts
really-
about the Sinnoh region.
Wow.
With the new games,
I don't
think
even know how to
it's
go about fixing it.
going to this, especially since Sinnoh is my personal favorite region in Pokemon. I plan to revisit this type of video with Hisui when Legend Arceus comes out later. If you want to see more videos like this, make Try to
Hold
find
on, let
the
me
Dossier
see if I can
Vice
hear
there,
it
and
on
also
my.
consider leaving a like if you want to support the grow. I have a playlist that I'll link down below with a lot of weird or useless facts if you want to check
If
this
you
out.
hear an echo
With
now,
all
it's
that
because
out
of
of
my
the way,
phone.
I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I will see you all next time. Bye bye.
Does that sound better, or did the echo leave?
Red is the most iconic protagonist out of all of the main series Pokemon games, first appearing way back in Pokemon Red and Blue, and most recently appearing in Let's Go Pikachu and
Oh,
Let's Go
okay.
Eevee in
I just had
2018.
to
With a
mute
history
my
as
mic.
long
I
as
don't
Red's,
know.
there's bound to be some weird or interesting
I don't know
facts
what
about
mic is
him.
picking
So
it up.
today,
It
we are
might
going to be
be
discussing
the
some weird facts about Red from the
camera
Pokemon
mic.
games. Now, before we get too
It
far into the
probably
video, I
is.
just want to mention that if you want to support the channel, then consider leaving a like, as one like does go a long way, and also consider subscribing for more
I'll have to
Pokemon
figure
videos.
out how to work
Red's
with that.
team in Mount Silver and Gold and Silver.
No, 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 no. Be my friend. Be my friend.
Don't be his friend.
Be my friend. Be my friend. Be my friend. Okay, I'm glad it's back to normal. Oh, this is where I get the levitation skill? Man, I should have done this before I did the other thing. Hold on. It is almost 1 p.m. I have to go to floor 5. Oh, looks like I'm going to floor 4.
What went wrong with the Bureau's plan to make Dylan the next director? Marshall made it sound like it was all Dylan's fault, but how much of it was what the Bureau did to him? I don't think she's telling me everything.
I normally try to jump on this for a couple hours in the afternoon. Mainly because in the evening it's normally whenever I run with Kobe at times. Oh, that's a shielded guy. That ain't gonna be fun.
Is anyone there? Hello? Is anyone there?
What are you doing in there?
Oh, thank God. Look, someone has to watch this object at all times, or it deviates. My shift replacement never showed up. Can you help me?
Damn. I can't. I'm sorry. There's an emergency. I'll come back. I promise.
Okay. Okay, just don't forget. I can't stare at this thing much longer.
Fridge, do I have to... Oh. Okay. I don't know if I should do that right now or not. Oh. Oh, switch guns. Switch guns.
That's the object of power. I need to cleanse it.
Oh no. Don't tell me that, Diego. Boss fights and me, we don't get along. I'm sure you've seen the other streams. Like, me and boss fights, like, every once in a while I have to stop and think, how do I go about doing this? Okay. So, potent. Oh no. Oh, I can't hurt them? What? I prefer to be far away from these guys and not in a wide open area. Especially that guy. Yeah, really dangerous. I'm probably gonna die a couple times. Just saying. Oh, dang! Come on, recharge, recharge, recharge. Oh no. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna end up doing at least 1 or 2 retries. Yeah, like, I love this gun. As soon as I was able to, like, as soon as I found out what this gun did, I used it on the invisible one too. and it wiped it out with like 3 or 4 hits, and it seems to be taking this guy out pretty quick. I just got killed from the guys on the sides. So if I can avert some stuff, I think I'll be moderately okay with, did I go the wrong way? Okay, there's that guy. Hey, why can't... Oh, no. Ah. Yeah, it does throw you back, but, like, what confused me was, the door wasn't opening. And seeing how the door wasn't opening, I wasn't too sure how to get back to where I was. Like, it made me think the game was glitched a little bit, but I don't know. I'll have to try to get back in. Because if the door don't open again, then I don't know. I watching it. Do I have to talk to him? Okay. Why can't I get in there? Don't I have to go in there? Oh, I have to go across the bridge. There we go. I was like, wait a minute. Why am I so confused? Okay, so this boss isn't too bad. I just have to take out the little guys that pop up. Oh. Lock it off of them. I'm gonna die because I keep locking on to little shit. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely. Like he's phenomenal. I've seen quite a few of his games, and I played a couple of them, and just the directions that he takes, it's just insane. No, not a walk in the park. It was still pretty difficult. And it's mainly because of the gun. Like, the gun is what made it moderately easy. Oh. Ah, dude, not nice. Oh, no, 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 no.
Out with the TV. Now I can find Dylan.
I tell you what, this levitation is gonna come in here. Yeah, buddy. Horizon Zero Dawn. I think I've seen it played once a long time ago. Can I give this guy a break? Call the elevator. Ah, gotta love these bots. They're showing up frequently now. Oh, fly up? Oh, 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 Oh. That was almost a death. I'm gonna call the elevator and go up because I do not trust my flying abilities quite yet. I'm no Superman. No, not from here. Because I only have to go up one floor from where I was, right? Hey, elevator, you need to leave again. No. That won't happen. Like, I would break cameras and everything. Can I fly up from here? Maybe. Nope. I can't get up there. Can I? From, like, over that way? I mean, that's a good distance up. I don't think I can make it up that far. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Sniper. And I have to go up to 6, huh? Oh, wait, this is P6. I did. I figured it out. Brother.
Hello.
Help me, stepbrother.
Can you hear me? Jesse.
Where's she talking to me?
Are you there? Jesse.
Emily? He's gone. Dylan isn't here. He might be nearby. Or maybe the hiss got to him. I don't know.
Jesse, listen. Dylan's here. With us. He just walked in. He says he is giving himself up. He's been affected by the hiss, but he is different than the others. We must isolate him.
I'm on my way.
Hey, take it easy, Diego. I'll probably be ending here soon.
I have to see my
But
brother.
thanks for stopping in. Like, I appreciate that. Like, definitely keep up with like, I'll be streaming it constantly, so if you want to, you know, keep watching the vids, you're more than welcome to, and, you know, and if you catch me while I'm live, that will just make things even better. I have to go to the executive room. I'll be. I have to. Okay, so I have to get to it. Right. Oh. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, if you're having a bad day or whatever, it's always good to talk to people that that understand, you know, that understand a lot of gaming things and everything, because then you can like relax and vent and just like be yourself whenever you're talking to other gamers. But I'm gonna get over here, get this thing going, and like talk to them, figure stuff out, and then I'll probably save or wait for it to save and then do the thing. But first things first, I'm doing this. Oh, I got more. Feel levitate. Oh, do I want to throw multiple? You better levitate. Yeah, that's true. Nobody does like talking about games. As you get like a really good Unless you get them doctors that are just like really about it. Go up higher. And whenever I get another one, I'll put it in so I can ground pound. Yeah, buddy. Oh, wrong button. Come on, do this. Damage while on low. 49%.
Oh, God. Does she have to write everything in her made-up gibberish code? Fucking Marshall, they're sick. I don't think I ever told you this, but I was actually on the path to being a ranger once. Did the whole boot camp thing. Even got rookie status. Anyway, not the point. My own ranger squad was a great bunch. There was 6 plus me. Remus, Hazard, Cho, Guy, Hepton, Stoll, and Thompson. They were supposed to get back from an expedition yesterday. We had beers and wings planned. Problem is, they weren't here when Darling handed out the HRAs.
Then they had nothing protecting them from the hiss.
You see, they prepped for the worst, but I think that we're already past that. We all wore these pouches around our neck, and I really don't want the hiss to get them. Could you find them for me? The squad would have come back through maintenance, but they probably spread out from there.
I'll keep an eye out for them, Arish. And I won't let them stay hiss.
Okay, I will go
Me too.
deeper
You're not the
into
only one who's busy.
detail with him later.
Oh my God, did she have to write everything in her made-up gibberish code? Fucking
Well,
Marshall.
$2 token.
The resonance emitted from the HRAs is purely antithetical to every.
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late?
How is he? I need to know. He's clearly been affected by the hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more present.
I want to see him. My brother. Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
Oh, I can't leave without seeing my brother. I gotta be able. So, up on the upper floor.
Why haven't we dissected that freak
Wait. Is it up there, or do I have to keep talking to her? Because it's still showing. Yeah, I still. I'll look another.
Jesse, when you were down in research, did you run into a Dr. Rhea Underhill?
I didn't. Who is she?
She is a colleague of mine, a researcher studying a kind of extra-dimensional mold growing below research.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
No one does. Look, I haven't heard from Rhea since the hiss arrived. Would you mind having a look around for her next time you're in research?
Of course.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, what's on your mind?
How is HRA production coming along?
Better than expected. We've already made enough to get people out of a couple safe rooms. They're here, alive, thanks to you. And we never would have lasted this long if you hadn't walked in those doors.
You deserve thanks too, of course. We got this place up and running together, Emily. I should be going. Enjoy your data.
Oh, I will.
Oh, it's
Did you hear that his president got captured?
this way.
It's you, your time. The thunders who distorts you. Happiness comes, white birds, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror inverted is made right. Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the white. You've always been near you. You want us to control. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget. Happiness comes, white. You are a worm through time. The thunders who distorts you.
That's Dylan. Can you hear me? Come on, Dylan. I'm here. I found you. Do you know who I am? You know me. Say it.
You are Dylan Faden's sister.
He's talking in the third person. Always a good sign.
Not Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now. The hiss made me better. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this
Can you stop that? Please. Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
It feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good. Don't you want to say them too?
No. Fuck off, no. You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
You came in through the hole in you. We let you in. You've always been here. The only true. A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Stop it!
Orange peel.
Shit. Shit. He can see you. This is not safe.
We found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small. In Ordinary. In the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector. But she didn't help when Trench took me away. He didn't give me any powers. All the powers are my own powers. She didn't help when they locked me up for years. Sometime for applause. We build you till nothing remains. The egg cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. You are home. The Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. They found. They opened the door up to the hiss. That's the only thing I can thank them for.
There. There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, baby, baby. Just plastic. So safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny. I welcomed the hiss. I let it in. To get rid of her. The hiss set me free. Polaris is using you. The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet. You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
Regulations.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jessie. Sister. The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there. Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the hiss did to Salvador. What it turned him into.
Okay, Dylan. I'll go. I want to see the truth for myself.
I'll go. But only to look for the slide projector. You can help me. We can end this.
You are through time. He distorts you. Happiness come.
I don't know what else I'm hoping to find here.
Dylan. Can we talk?
I'd like to tell you about a dream I had last night.
Off to a good start.
Okay. I'm listening.
I was back in Ordinary, before all of this happened. But in the dream, I was alone. It was just me. I was the only child. A girl. My name was Jesse Dylan Faden. But then the Bureau came and caught me, brought me back here, locked me up. Have you ever noticed that our names, Jesse, Dylan, they could be girls' names, boys' names, could be anything. Don't you find that weird? I find that weird.
Sure.
What the hell was that? Is he trying to mess with me?
You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you. Happy.
Maybe Dylan's still in there. Maybe there's a way to reach him.
I'd like to talk to my brother, please. Dylan?
Dylan would like to tell you about a dream he had just now.
This again?
I was going to be the new director of this place. I helped you get a job here so that we could be together. You were an office assistant. You'd make coffee and deliver the mail, and there was always plenty of work to do. And it stayed that way, forever and ever. It was nice. Really nice.
That's debatable.
But here's the strange thing. The dream shifted, and none of it was real anymore. It was a game. We were in a game, and it was a fucking boring game. But you couldn't stop playing. And then it shifted again. Or maybe it was another dream already. Or maybe I'm just confusing them. But in this other dream, it was more like a musical. This is an ordinary song about an ordinary girl from an ordinary town. It's the ordinary story. She worked an ordinary job in an ordinary office. Something. And that's all I can remember of that dream.
Maybe that's for the best.
You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red.
Maybe I can learn more about the hiss from him.
Can we talk?
I just had an interesting dream.
Shit.
That's fascinating, but let's talk about the hiss for a change, yeah?
This dream was about the hiss.
Best I'm gonna get.
In my dream, the hiss had broken free of this prison, this house. I'd set it free. And the president himself was there to welcome us. He was the first one to take the hiss in. Spread the word. At first, many people thought it was horrifying. That he was horrifying. But also, many people who heard his words wanted to welcome the hiss in. And slowly, more and more of them came around until the whole world was brought together by the hiss. It was wonderful.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. For the record, that will never happen. Not as long as I'm alive.
I'm not gonna get any valuable information on it. He is too far gone.
Did you hear that the his prisoner they captured is the... What if she's working with the...
Oh no, the game closed. What? Hold on, guys. I'll get back up. I have no idea what happened there. That was weird. I'm debating on if I should go a little further or stop here because it's a good place to stop because you have to face the enemy, like go to the face of the... And the Prime Candidate program, I know where that's at. Like, that's fresh in my head. I should probably do it while it's fresh. Get over here and then wait for a save. Stop the game. We are a little over 2 hours.
Mark Gibson, male, age 28, returned from the astral plane approximately 13 minutes ago. Patient is experiencing migraine-like pain. Professor behind the eyes and partial blindness. No recollection of his time in the astral plane and appears severely disoriented. Preliminary examination revealed no immediate cause. X-rays and
Whoa! Yep, this is the point that I get out of here.
XMP7.
things had gone differently in ordinary for us. Wishing won't change things.
Ordinary.
Finding the projector will.
So much coming together in this one case. A new object of power, something we have not seen before. I mean, coming from me, that's Dylan Faden. Prime candidate 6. And the sister as well. Once we catch up with her, but the boy, so much potential. We're talking Northmore level readings here. And I don't want to invoke his name. It's completely different circumstances here.
Uh-oh. And a little bit of lag.
There was an incident. Yes. We lost a valuable member of our team, yes. This is a force. Dylan has so much. But he's just a kid. I'll take the blame. He needs some slack. I mean, boys will be boys. He's exceptional and under a lot of stress. Robert's got killed. It's an unfortunate accident, that's all. Marshall needs to realize this. We will make this work. We'll make this work.
Is this what Dylan wanted me to see? It doesn't matter. We need to find that projector.
We used to play there all the time. Me and Dylan, and other kids as well.
They studied what happened in ordinary here. That's the place to start looking.
Looks like I have to go down there.
Candidates. Experiments. We are. Started there, and it's never gone away. There's gotta be a way to rotate these tracks. Maybe there's a control panel nearby. Maybe there's a control panel nearby. Oh, rotate. Something's blocking it.
Annual evaluation of Dean Faden, formerly P6, Dr. Carla Ball. Let's begin then. In a single word, describe the world around you.
See what they have on ordinary. Here. Our home, our school, the woods, the dump.
Oh, that barely touched him.
Hello?
Slide projector. Did they recreate that too? Is that where they keep it?
You mentioned a poem last time we talked. By Thomas Zane?
Yes.
Hmm.
Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle.
I looked the poem up.
I think that's just.
The whole landfill here in the middle of New York. Nobody saw a thing. Pretty unbelievable.
shiitake mushroom.
We should check that lab.
Effective immediately. I'm setting up a new department. Dimensional research in the research sector. Transferring the slide projector there. That's where my focus will be now. The ordinary site remains as is. We'll be back to... I don't know what.
Darling took the projector to the research sector. He dedicated a whole area to it, so he knew it was important. Dimensional research. That's where we go next.
Alright. And I am gonna head over to the research sector and save, and that's where we're gonna end it. That looks like a good to end it. Fast travel over there and fast travel over there. We're at almost 3 hours, so it's definitely stopping. I just gotta get to a save. All I gotta do. That was just so. I mean, this is getting really good. I kind of don't want to stop, but I have to stop the going on 3 hours. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up maybe tomorrow or just a little bit later on trying to get this game done. I don't know how close to the end of the game I am. It's my first time playing it, so not too sure. But if you liked the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know whenever I go live. Other than that, yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen, and I can't wait to see if we get to the point of finding out if we can either rescue the brother or find out what's really going on. Like, everything's going kind of crazy. I think the only thing I know is about the I need to get the headphones from the janitor to go through the ashtray. So I'm definitely going to be working on it. But yeah, like the game's really good so far. I'm really so yeah, if you like it, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Also, check out Kobe Scroby in the description below. I still have to get Foxboy726 down there as well. And you can check out his also. But other than that, yeah, this game's a blast. I'm loving it. But all in all, I will catch you